Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. This is your girl K Mac, back with Mommionaire, day two, and today is going to be Marriage Monday. I think I'm going to talk about marriages today, so I'm going to try not to be long-winded. Try not to go. Oh, I'm going to try to keep this under a half hour, just so I can keep everyone interested. But I did want to touch on a few key points. So, yes, I am married. This is in fact my second marriage. My first marriage lasted about 3 years. In this second marriage, actually just made 5 years on August the 5th. So, yay me. My second marriage just made 5 years August the 5th. And the funny thing about that is we both, in my second marriage, we've both been married before. So we kind of came into this knowing what we wanted. We kind of knew, where we were at in life, and we really didn't waste any time. We started dating November of 2015. July of 2016, we were engaged, and August 5th of 2016, we were married. Um, the following year, August 28th, 2017, I gave birth to our baby girl. So, yes, we wasted no time. Now, has everything been smooth? Of course not, because life is not perfect. It's not all sunshine. You got to go through some storms to get to the rain, but it makes the rain and the rainbows that much more beautiful and that much more enjoyable. But I have learned some things throughout marriage. And one thing I heard somebody say last week, and it was so profound that I think everyone should hear it, whether you're married, uh, you're thinking of getting married, you're engaged, you're kind of on the fence because people have given marriages a bad name, whatever. But I heard somebody say that everyone wants a husband or a wife, but not everyone wants to be a husband or wife. Baby, when I tell you those words, although they seem small, they are so meaningful. Everybody want, it's just like everybody want to be rich, but don't nobody want to do the work. That's kind of like that analogy. You feel me? Like so many of us want what we're not willing to deserve. We want life to be good, and we want our situations to change, and we want things to be better, but we're not willing to take the necessary steps to get what it is we say we want. So, marriage, it is not for the weak. And I say that because it can't be one of those things where you give up at the drop of a dime. It can't be. There has to be some consistency, and it has to be a priority, and it has to be what you want. Just like every day when you get up and you go to work, um, you make a conscious decision, whether you sick, let's be real. We've been sick, we've had death in the family, we may have been dealing with things at home, kids may have been sick, we may have had to miss a school function, we've had to cancel many plans when it came to work. And just like we can make that conscious decision to get up every day and go in there and do what's expected of us, and go above and beyond to meet the needs of our employer, you make that same conscious decision every day to be committed in your marriage, to be faithful in your marriage, to be respectful, to be loyal. It's And so when I say that it's work, I don't mean, oh, it's so difficult and it's so hard and it's so, oh my God, it's like a prison, and you can't do anything. No, that's not what I mean at all. I just mean that you have to be committed to the process. That's it. You have to be committed to the process. Am I perfect? No, no. But you know what? Sometimes, first of all, none of us are perfect, but marriage is a mirror. Marriage is a mirror in which you see yourself. So, all those things that you may have thought that you dealt with, or like many people, we have the mindset that, oh, it'll work itself out, or I'm just not gonna worry about it. It'll figure itself out, or the problem will go away. That's not true. And marriage brings to the forefront anything that you think you may have gotten over. If it's traces that's still there, if it's any trace of anger, resentment, heartbreak, disappointment, whether it be from your childhood, whether it be from past relationships, whether it be from, you've suffered losses of loved ones or friends. It could have been from missed opportunities. It could be strained relationships, strained friendships. It could be from broken family ties. Baby, when I tell you that whatever you have not dealt with in your personal life, throughout your life, baby, you better sit down and be ready to deal with it in your marriage. Because here's the thing, your partner could be doing everything right, right? But it could be some part of you that just feels like it's never enough. It's not good enough. It's just never enough. It's not good enough. Why is that? You know, we have to do away with the misconception that it's our partner's responsibility to make us happy. No, it's your responsibility to make you happy. It's my responsibility to make me happy. And I say that, does that mean that they're not supposed to bring joy or happiness to our life? No, they simply add to it. They bring value. So, yes, but if you're not happy with yourself, there is nothing anybody can do to make you happy. You will always find a problem with something. Always. Oh, he chew too loud. Why she take too long to get dressed, or I don't like the way she wash dishes, or he take too long to take the garbage out. Like little shit. You know what I'm saying? And my dad used to say, the things that you complain about, by the time you've said whatever you've said, you could have done whatever it was you was bitching about. I mean, he didn't say bitching, not to me, but you could have done it. If I'm not, and I hear people say all the time, and don't get me wrong, whatever works for you in your marriage, baby, that's your business. Work it to the best of your ability. But I hear people say things like what they won't do, and I've heard women say, "Well, I'm not taking no garbage out." Well, baby, I've taken garbage out. You know why? Because if my husband is at work, and a lot of times I have inventory coming in multiple times throughout the day, am I supposed to just sit there and let the boxes sit and let the garbage overflow till he get home sometimes from working 10 and 12 hours? Am I supposed to let it sit? I feel like that's trifling as hell, but that's just me. Especially if my garbage can is right by my damn back door, which is by my kitchen. Like, I can't walk a few steps and put a trash bag in the garbage can. To me, that's trifling. To me, that's trifling. But that's just me. You know, I mean, I hear people all the time talk about what they want to do. I hear men say that if they work all day, they not washing no dishes, or they refuse to, they not cooking, they not washing no dishes. What they got a wife for? Baby, let me tell you something. I am so thankful that in my marriage we do not have gender roles. We do what the fuck need to be done when it needs to be done. You hear me? We do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. We both cook. We both clean. Primarily, I try to stay on top of the laundry because I just try to keep that out of my husband's way. But we both cook. We both clean. I mean, we'll both grocery shop. Like, we'll both tend to our toddler. Like, we both do what need to be done. Like, how you ain't gonna do what need to be done? You know what I'm saying? It may be times where my husband is working 12 hours and he'll call home and say, well, babe, I came across this recipe I want to try for dinner, so don't fix none. I'm like, you sure? He was like, yeah, because typically at around a certain time I'll call and say, okay, babe, what you want for dinner? What's the plan? So hey, if I need to take something out, if he wants something in particular, if I'm ordering something, like, I need to know, because when he gets home, I want him to be able to sit back and relax. Now, does that always happen when you have a soon-to-be 4-year-old in the house? No, because she loves her dad. She can hear that car pull up, and baby, she at the window and she at the door waiting on her daddy, and gonna tell him all about her day, and gonna say she love him and that he her best friend in the whole world, and this is just that's just how she is. But I try to keep things as simple as possible. I think in marriage, it's a partnership. You know, we're on the same team. You know, we should be putting one another first. And if we keep each other first, nobody feels neglected, nobody feels left out, nobody feels unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? Nobody feels manipulated because I'm thinking about him and he's thinking about me. Because I'm one who tends to believe that a lot of the problems in marriages, whether past or present, is selfishness. And when you get married, you give up the me and my and I for for the us, the we, and the our. It's not just you. It is not just about you. Let me tell you something. Somebody could invite me somewhere, you know, if it's a couple thing, I run it by my husband. I never just give an answer. Okay, you know what? I get back to you. Let me check with the mister. Let me see what we got going on, and I'll let you know. If it's a ladies' night, guess what? I'm trying to make sure that my husband ain't working so he could be at home with our daughter, because we're not that couple that's just gonna pay a babysitter to do this, that, and the other. No, we usually rotate. You know what I'm saying? If his family or his friends got something going on, I might say, well, babe, you go ahead. You know, I'm gonna stay home with the baby. And if mine got something going on, and if it's not something where we're taking her with us, we rotate, we shift, and that's okay. You know, I don't believe in wasting money, and even though I have older kids, my kids are not parents. My kids have their own lives, and even when they were in the house with us full time, no, I was not making plans with their time. I'm not one of those parents that's just gonna say, "Oh well, yeah, we'll be there." No, we have a toddler who we are responsible for, so it was never that serious for us. I don't mind missing out. It'll be a next time, because she's always gonna come first. You know, above me just going out kicking it. No, this ain't that. This ain't that. You know, and in marriage, like I said, selfishness, I think, is what tears so many marriages apart. It chips away at the foundation. And I said that because this, like, if you got one person that's always making sacrifices, or I just take us for example, if I'm always the one that's staying behind, you know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, that resentment kicks in, because, like, damn, like, you're not even asking if I got plans, or you're not even asking if I want to do this, or you're not even asking if I want to do that. You know, you just assuming and you just doing. You know what I'm saying? That would be a selfish act. You know, that would be a selfish act. You know, if I'm out here on bullshit and I'm entertaining, you know, random people, or, you know, I'm not I'm out here behaving in a way that I know my husband would not like. You know, if I'm out here doing or saying things outside, I mean, in his absence, that I wouldn't, you know, say in his presence. To me, those things are like selfish acts that can really do damage in relationships. They can do damage in relationships. And I don't understand it, but a lot of people, I've heard people say, well, I'm grown. He don't tell me what to do. She don't tell me what to do. They don't control me. They ain't the boss of me. You know, they ain't my mama. They ain't my daddy, baby. If you have that attitude, you should not be married, because it's not about control. It's about respect. It's about respect. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm hanging out, right? If it's been times like, if I'm hanging out with my girls, you know, my sisters, my cousins, my BFF, who is my sister, like, who is a sister as well. But if I'm hanging out with certain people, or with anybody, or I could be going to get my fucking hair done, I let my husband know when I make it. You know why? Because we live in a fucked up world. I'm talking about, I mean, where people getting, I mean, I'm from Chicago, so where people getting shot on expressways, and it's all kind of shootings and killings and carjackings and accidents. Too much happens. So I never want him to be sitting back worried about, damn, did she make it? Is she okay? You know, damn, she ain't my husband know my routine. He know, just like I know his. He gonna let me know he made it to work in the morning. He gonna let me know when he headed home. You know why? Because I know, hey, he made it to work safely. Okay, he's on his way home. He's out. He's out in all kind of neighborhoods. Are all of them safe? No. So I like the fact that he cares enough to let me know what's going on, because he know I'd be worried, like, okay, what's going on? Like, is he okay? You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. That's how it is. It has nothing to do with him being controlling, or me being controlling, or me trying to keep tabs, or him trying to keep tabs. No. It's about us wanting each other to know that we're okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you don't do that in your marriage, that's your choice. You know, maybe you guys have never had, you know, close calls or issues, or witness accidents, or been right there where, you know, something bad almost happened. Maybe you haven't had those experiences that prompt you to want to keep each other informed. And that's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's whatever works for you in your marriage. There is no blueprint, you know. To me, it's not a blueprint when it comes to marriage, because what worked for you probably won't work for me. You know, like I said, I have no problem taking the garbage out if my husband's not at home. Well, some people might want it to sit there. You know, my husband has no problem with us cooking a meal together, or us cleaning together. Some guys might not touch a dish. That's your choice. You know, just like you have some people that feel like, well, a lady shouldn't pay a bill, and the man should provide everything, and the man should do this, and the man. Well, my thing is this: if that's how your household is, that's fine. But I refuse to sit back and leave that entire burden on my husband. I just refuse, because you talking about rent or mortgage, you talking about car note, you talking about utilities, the typical light, gas, water. And if you have cable and internet, which we do, you talking about life insurance for multiple people. You talking about car insurance. You talking about my oldest daughter is a sophomore in college. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, I would feel bad, and I would feel like that would be really selfish of me to sit back and leave him to worry about making sure everything is done. No, no. And granted, I work from home and I have for a while, so it's probably some people that think I don't do shit. It's probably some people that think that I make life hard for my husband. It's probably some people that feel like I don't contribute anything. And you know what I say to those people? Fuck off, because I don't give a fuck what you think. We know what goes on in here. And he has never, nor will he ever, be responsible for carrying the entire load by himself. No. He may do the bulk. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to. I mean, it's times when he say, "Well, babe, what bill coming up? What we got this month?" And I might be like, "Well, utilities. Light, gas, water. Whatever." He's like, "Okay, when is it due?" And I say, "Babe, don't worry about it. I paid it already." This is a true story. This was like last month. Like, I paid it already. He was like, "But it didn't come out the account." I'm like, "No, it came out the business account." Because if I'm at home and I'm handling business from home, doing some of the various things that I do, it should be profitable enough to where I can help pay bills. And it ain't even help, so I can do my part. That's how I look at it, as me doing my part. There have been times where my husband may not have worked. There may have been times where I've made more. There's been times where he's made more. But guess what? The beat don't ever change in this house. The groove is still the same. He's still the head of this house. He still gets the utmost respect. You understand what I'm saying? And for people that know us, the both of us, not just me, not just him, people that truly know us, they know how we rock. They know our vibe. We gonna talk shit. We gonna crack jokes. We gonna roast each other. You understand what I'm saying? And we still gonna have the utmost love for each other, because that's just how we roll up in here. You know, and that's what you have to remember. Have fun in your marriage. Everything, you ain't gotta be so uptight. Everything ain't gotta be serious. Like, have fun, joke, play. Get back to what brought you together to begin with. And keep it honest, keep it real. Be yourself. Please be yourself. Because if you're with someone that you feel like you gotta wear a mask for, you gotta be this way because, she may not, I don't know, because, no, that's not, look, that's not a way to be. And my husband probably gonna kill me for this part, but we had a conversation not long ago about that, because I'm always one that's wants him to be comfortable being himself, and I want him to express how he feels, and I want him to not be afraid to say certain things like this ain't that, but sometimes because of what we've been through in past situations, it kind of puts us on edge, and it kind of we kind of be like, well, I'm gonna move this way because when I moved that way, that didn't quite work, so we were at a restaurant about I want to say a month ago, and we were at a restaurant, and this couple walked in. The lady, nice shape, right? So when we got to our table, my husband was like, "Okay, babe, I need you to take your wife hat off and put your best friend hat on." I'm like, "Shoot, what up, mama? What we doing? You know what it is?" You know what I'm saying? He like, the chick that walked in. I said, "Nigga, did you see her?" I said, "She had a bad ass shape." He was like, "Okay, see, I ain't want to say nothing because I ain't know." I'm like, "Nigga, you ain't blind. We're married. We're not blind. You feel me? Eyesight, vision, like we could see. We're going to always see other people that we think are attractive, that we think look good. We're going to always see people that dress better, look better, better shape, better job, more money, better car, better house. That's just life. That's just a reality of it. But you should be able to say to your partner, man, she's nice looking, or he's nice looking, or she got a nice figure. She got a nice shape. Damn, I like his car. Like, why we can't? Cause if we friends, they say your partner's supposed to be your best friend, right? They're supposed to be a friend. So if we friends, wouldn't you tell your friend that? Like, think about it, ladies. Wouldn't you tell your best friend, man, he's nice looking, or damn, he smell nice. Oh, I like the way he dressed. Fellas, you would tell your guy, damn, she thick. She got a nice ass body. Now you probably won't say it like that to your woman because you want to be respectful. So in all things, be respectful. But you got eyes. You ain't out here blind to the world. You ain't only got sight for one person. Like you ain't right here. You know, it's a difference in complimenting a person and saying, "Damn, he can get it." Damn, I fucked the shit out of her. Like that's that. Duh. We know that ain't right. We know that that's disrespectful. But it's like I'm always pushing him, babe. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. I don't know what you've been through. And then, he kind of, let me know, past situations kind of prompted him to be like that. I'm like, no, no, chill. Like, that ain't us. We going to have fun. We going to live our best life. We going to keep each other first. We going to make each other a priority. And we going to do what works for us. And another thing, everything ain't for everybody. Some people like the tough dudes. Some people like, the dudes that are more outgoing. Some people like the dudes that are laid back. Some people like you more reserved. Some people like you more to yourself. It's to each his own. But me, I prefer the husband that I have. I prefer that my husband has a more sensitive side to him. And why people think it's a problem with that, I don't know. But I prefer it because guess what? That means he's understanding enough, and he's understanding enough to be empathetic to what I'm going through. You understand what I'm saying? He has enough sensitivity about himself to listen, actually listen and hear me with what I'm going through, to express to me how he's feeling about certain things. I mean, it may be certain times that come, loved ones we've lost, certain days remind us of them. We might just be thinking about them or some random, Facebook got a habit of popping up with them random ass fucking memories, and sometimes they good and sometimes they bring back so much heartache. You know what I'm saying? And you need somebody that's sensitive enough, that can understand, that can embrace you, that can be that shoulder to cry on, that can give you that back rub, that can kiss you on your forehead, and you just feel like the world is just at its best. Like, you need that. So I'm not saying sensitive where nobody getting their ass beat. This ain't Friday, Debo. We ain't talking about that situation. We talking about sensitive in the fact where somebody is in touch with their emotions. That's it, that's all. And I love it. I prefer it. That's what I wanted. I got what I wanted. The only thing that I regret is that my father, may he rest in peace, did not get a chance to meet my husband, because I've been saying since I got married, Daddy, I finally got it right. And that's no shade or slight to anybody. We just were not meant to be. And sometimes we know that and we do it anyway. Sometimes we trying to uphold that image of what everybody says a family should be, where you should be in the house with the child's father and mother. Sometimes the shit just don't work out like that. Do we plan it like that? I don't think it's anybody that planned on being a single parent. I don't think it's many people that have gotten divorced that planned on getting a divorce. Sometimes the shit just happened. Sometimes people just grow apart. So that brings about a question people ask a lot. Is love enough? Shit, I don't know. Is it? I don't think so, because I think you have to have respect. I think you have to have loyalty. I think you have to have communication, open and honest communication. I think you have to be vulnerable. I think you have to have accountability enough to admit when you fuck up. You have to own your shit. I think you have to be willing to do the work so that you're giving your partner the best of you. I think you have to be willing to go to those places where you hurt the most and deal with all that baggage that you've never unpacked. I think you have to be willing to do all that. And if you're not willing to put that work in, stay by yourself till you're ready. Because if you don't, you damage other people in the process. You damage other people in the process. You leave a trail of brokenness in your journey of being broken, if that makes sense. Like they say, hurt people hurt people. Like, I just want us to know that marriage is a beautiful thing. Even though, you always see people, well, just because a person is married don't mean they happy. Well, it don't mean they miserable either. Marriage is not a prison. You ain't locked up. Like, you still got your friends, you still got your family, you still hanging out, you still doing everything you was doing. Respectfully, respectfully. What has worked for me, and then I'm gonna close this out. This is what I do. I don't believe in entertaining randoms. What I mean is this. Of course, when I met my husband, I had friends, male friends. Some of them I still have because they're real, genuine dudes. They're like brothers. Like, they don't just know me. They pretty much know the entire family that I'm close to. Like, they know everybody. Like, go to family functions, been around since forever. Those are people to me that are friends. You understand what I'm saying? I have not met any new male friends since I've been with my husband, unless it was through my husband. Know why? Because for me, that's not a long enough time for me to dissect your character. That's not a long enough time for me to know what the fuck you about. That's not a long enough time for me to even be able to trust you to be in my space. That's how I think. That's how I think. Because guess what? I said it last night. A person that ain't got nothing to lose don't give a fuck about messing up what you got going on. So if I don't know you enough to have, like I said, gone through, know what you about, what you stand for, what you like, what's your hit like, I need to know those things before I allow you to be in my close personal space. So that's just me. I don't believe in entertaining it. I keep my husband first in all that I do. I ain't sitting up. Somebody could be trying to holler. First thing I do, if they be like, "Hey," I be like, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? I'm waving this way. Hey, oh, you nice. Thank you. Oh, you got beautiful eyes. I hear that all the time. You got gorgeous eyes. Thank you. What up, Slim? I just walk by. I don't even who the fuck is Slim. Whatever. But when I get compliments, I'm courteous enough to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? You married? I sure am. Oh, he's a lucky guy. We both are. That's what I say. I keep it moving. I'm not standing around having no motherfucking conversation with you. I'm not giving you that satisfaction because I refuse to give anybody the opportunity to embarrass my husband. I refuse to give anybody the opportunity to say, well, yeah, your wife said this, or when I was with your wife, or when I saw your wife. Motherfucker, no. It would never. It would never be me. I don't play those games. See, I took my vows seriously. Till death do us part, forsaking all others. I took that shit seriously. I ain't entertaining you. I ain't got no conversation with you. We ain't hanging out. We not exchanging phone numbers. We ain't having random ass conversations. For what? If I want to talk to somebody, I got enough family members to talk to. I have a husband. I have children. I have my nephew. I got enough people to talk to. I don't got to talk to somebody else. If I need a man perspective, guess what? I got motherfucking brothers. I have brothers. I have sons. I have my nephew. In addition to my husband. If I want to talk to a female and I need some advice, I got not even a handful of females that I'm going to call. And they know who they are. It's not even a handful of them. I trust them enough. See, because you got to be mindful of that married people. Or people getting married, engaged, whatever. Be mindful. Because like I said, we all need somebody to talk to. But be mindful of who you talking to. Because I look at it like this. A person can only lead you to where they've been. So if you need some advice on trying to stay on the right track and you go talk to a female that got a husband and two boyfriends or a wife and a side piece, they probably gonna give you the best advice because they speaking from personal experiences. Most times the advice that we give or get comes from somebody's personal experiences. So if I'm trying to stay right on the right path, I probably shouldn't be talking to my girlfriend that's, out here doing what she want to do with a ring on her finger. I probably shouldn't be talking to her because is she going to give me the best advice? Is she going to give me the best advice? Or is she going to tell me, girl, if it was me, watch out for those if it was me shit because they always about to give you some fucked up advice. If it was me, if I was you, what I'm saying? You grown. Do what you want to do. I mean, she don't run you. He don't tell you what to do. He ain't your dad. Boo-boo. Lead them where they at. Lead them where they at. Especially when you know you got something good. Lead them where they at. Please. So, in closing, marriage is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's good. It feels good. Especially when it's right. Be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. Work on those things you know you need to improve. You understand what I'm saying? Have the best communication you can have, open and honest. If it's something that's not working for you, if it's something that's not satisfying you, talk about it, whether it's sexual, financial, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever. Talk about it because we don't talk enough. Not about the shit that matters. If you can't sit down and talk about finances and sex, two of the main reasons why people get divorced, if you can't talk about them two things, baby, I'm sorry for you. You got some problems. And then you go and if you ain't got none now, you sure to have some. Sit down and have those hard conversations. Ask your partner, you know what? What do I do? What is it? Is it things about me that you feel I need to change? Is it things you feel like I need to work on? Is it things you feel like I need to improve? What can I do better? What do you wish I stopped doing? What do you wish I did more of? How do you feel like I handle finances? Do you feel like I'm wasteful? Do you feel like, that I save? How do you feel like I handle that? How do you feel like I run the house? Like, have those conversations. Please. Please. And have them before you get married. Like, don't wait till shit is fucked up to try to fix it. Be proactive, not reactive. Be proactive. Try to prevent problems. And granted, you're going to have some bumps in the road. But I promise you, if you can deal with the hard shit in the beginning, the journey will be so much smoother. Trust me. Till next time.